Welcome back, continuing the news. Two police witnesses testified today as hearings of habeas corpus applications of 5 detainees under the state of emergency continued in the Supreme Court. Everton Douglas, Nicholas Heath, Courtney Hall, Courtney Thompson, and Gavin Noble want the court to declare their detentions unlawful and release them. Now, Dion Jackson Miller was in court today and now joins us live. So, Dion, what did we hear today?
Well, you know, Herman, what we were hoping we would have heard today was the submissions from both sides, both sets of lawyers, because as we said there, the detainees want the judge to say these detentions are unlawful. You can go home. But the judge said, look, I want your submissions reduced to writing, file them, and then tomorrow now come and make oral submissions, which, you know, is a much more efficient and time efficient way to go. Now, what did happen was that 2 police witnesses, as we said, came and gave evidence in the matter of Nicholas Heath, who is one of the detainees. So one of the police officers, who was Deputy Superintendent Jervis Williams, he's a custody officer who deals with detainees in the St. Andrews South Division, and he gave testimony in terms of the numbers of men who are in custody. He said there are 19 who are at Tamarind Farm, there are another 19 at Duhaney Park, and 15 who are at Hunts Bay. And he was asked as well by John Clark, who is representing the detainees, is it your understanding that no matter how long the state of emergency lasts, they're going to be in custody? He said yes. Mr. Clark said 10 years or something to that effect. He said yes. 20, he said yes. He said 100, at which point the judge intervened. Come, you know, saying enough of that, essentially. We also had another police witness who was a former policeman, former constable, David Binns. Now, he was testifying about a statement he gave last year, October. That's October 2019. And what Mr. Clark was getting from him is that this was in relation to a 2017 matter that Mr. Heath had been involved with, that he had been charged, but it had been disposed of because there was no witness, no complainant in the matter who wanted to go forward. And yet, he was asked to give this statement as a way of saying to the Emergency Powers Tribunal, trying to convince the tribunal to keep Mr. Heath in custody. So not a whole heap of action today, but we do expect some interesting submissions tomorrow. Okay,
and the 5 men, they're all in custody for over a year?
Different periods of time. So there's one who has been in custody since last year, August, another one who has been in custody since January. So they're different periods because they've been detained under 3 states of emergency, St. Andrews South, East Kingston, as well as Westmoreland, which have been in effect for different periods of time.
Okay, so tomorrow they'll have continue the hearings.
Well, submissions should be concluded tomorrow because the judge was making a point of saying the term ends this week. That's a court term. And we want to conclude the matter as well as have a decision from him.
Okay, good. Thank you. Dion Jackson Miller there with the latest from the court. Janella?